Hi guys, so in the summer of this year, my family and I moved abroad again. This time to
Bermuda.
This is our third country in 3 years, and in today's video, I'm going to share some tips for moving abroad, moving to Bermuda, the UK, or any country in the world.
So when we moved to Bermuda, we're having lots of fun. There's many things to do, and we also meet so many people.
Now, whether you've heard of Bermuda or you've never heard of the country before, in this video I'll talk about some of my first impressions of the country, moving and living abroad, and what I will be looking for in the weeks ahead. I'll also be doing a separate video on how we got here, both as it relates to the paperwork, the flights, the emotional journey, and the stages of moving abroad.
We also went to dockyard. There's so many things to do, even a trampoline park. Also, there's a playground there.
So welcome guys to our channel, where we'll be talking about moving and living abroad, traveling, finance, and so much more. Now, before I talk about where we are and what we're looking forward to, here's some background on us to put things in context. Now, we're a family of 4. We're married, husband and wife, with 2 children, 5 and
we're also pregnant.
No, we're not pregnant.
No, pregnant means we have children.
No, pregnant means you're going to have more children. We have a 5 and a 2-year-old, right? That's it. And so you will hear things about schooling, children activities, etc. Secondly, we were recently living in the UK, so for the last 3 years, so we can compare things in Bermuda to England. Thirdly, we are moving to Bermuda from the Caribbean, so we are also familiar with the Caribbean and life in the Caribbean and the culture, etc. Fourthly, we're not Bermudians, so our perspective will be non-Bermudian, and we'll explain to the viewers the implications of this.
And when we went to Bermuda, we're having so much fun here. We went to someone's house with a pool, and it was so much fun.
Now, how have things been so far? What will your first weeks when you move to a new country be like? So we arrived separately, my wife first, to get settled, find a place, start working, and then the rest of us arrived 4 weeks later. Within the space of 4 weeks, my wife, who arrived first, managed to find a place to rent, acquire furniture for the house, and we'll be doing separate videos on these in terms of the process of acquiring furniture and moving them. On the day we arrived, we had our internet installed, we got some grocery, we acquired SIM cards for phone service, we found and registered our children in school, we brought our eldest child to summer school, and then we went to the beach on the first day that we arrived.
Yeah, but when we went to the beach, it was so much fun, but there was too much waves.
Too many waves at that beach. What's the name of that beach?
John Smith's Bay Beach.
Alright, good. So, we're going to cover all of those points. And we're going to also speak to the fact that we came in the summer when school is out and the pros and cons of that, right? My objectives for doing these videos and my hope is to keep each video focused and on point, as I want to help current and future expats to understand this country. I want to help tourists, cruise ship passengers, and other guests to the island. And I want to help persons who are moving or have moved or who want to move. And I want to help families and friends of persons that have moved away, about to move, or who are thinking to do so.
So in Bermuda, whenever you're going to move here, there's lots of things to do. You don't only have beaches here, lots of things to do.
So, I am from the Caribbean, but when moving here, I was asked a lot of questions about this country. Why Bermuda? Where is it? What currency do they use? What's the time zone? I can't find it on the map. What else did they ask us? How do you get here? What's the weather like? The quality of life? Money? Banking, etc. And we even spent tons of time at home. Do you remember? Researching and watching videos on YouTube and reading everything we could find about Bermuda.
I don't know that.
Yeah, we did that. We did a lot of research. So, and when we came, we still found things that we didn't discover in our research. Secondly, when moving here, I found it very difficult to find a lot of information on the country. And thirdly, I noticed the challenge still exists, as is evident from the numerous active Facebook, online Reddit groups where people are asking basic questions about the country. And finally, before moving here, one of the things I found, one of the questions that were asked of me was, have you been here before? Did you visit before you moved? That's something that no one ever asked me before I moved to the UK, but it seems to be a question that you get asked when you move to Bermuda. How can you just move here without visiting? And I will tell you more about why people will be saying that.
So what? Bermuda, we can't just move to Bermuda without visiting, right?
Having been here, I've realized something, and also because it is my second time moving, it has helped to reinforce the point. It's a very critical point that you need to capture the thoughts and the feelings at this point in time, since as you're getting settled in a country and becoming acclimatized and accustomed to the ways of living, there are some things that you don't realize after some time. Meaning, if you were supposed to ask somebody that is living in a country for a number of years how it feels to move there, some of the things that you should think about as a new person coming to the country, they wouldn't know, or they might not be able to tell you because they're now accustomed to the way of living and forgot about the initial challenges. So these sets of videos will really help persons to see some of the challenges that a new person has in moving to a country. So now that you know what we have done so far and what my goals are, well, our goals are for this channel, and you have a fair idea as to what we're about, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel now that you know what to look forward to. Now, what are we going to be doing next? Next up, we're going to be doing a few things urgently. We're still getting settled, so there are a few things that we still don't have in place. We need to finish furnishing our house because we moved into an unfurnished house, and we're going to share the pros and cons of that with you. We bought furniture here instead of shipping things down, and we did a lot of research on shipping versus buying here, and so we'll share it on that as well. Transportation, our biggest challenge in our first month, and we are slowly solving that issue, getting driver's license, working with the bus system and taxis. We'll speak to that as well. We are arranging childcare, nurseries. It's coming up to the end of summer. We're preparing for school. We're figuring out budgets, groceries, paying our first set of bills, utility bills, rent, etc. We need to acquire some more appliances, especially a dehumidifier. We're going to share about all of those challenges and all of what we're doing in our first few weeks and our first months ahead. So, as you can see, we have a lot more things left to do in the days and weeks ahead. We have just arrived, we're really just getting settled, and we're yet to build a routine. Today's video is really to give you a quick overview of how we started, how we got here, who we are, and what the next few days and weeks ahead will look like for us. This is a totally new journey for us, totally new journey for you if you plan to move here as well, and so we want to bring you on our journey, and you learn from our journey as we are here. Thanks for watching, guys. My hope is that we will help you if you plan to move to Bermuda or anywhere in the world, and I hope this is helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi guys, welcome to our next channel of this episode. Please look at this. Okay, so before we talk about when Bermuda, we are a